Yo, what's good? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful day outside. The sun is shining, birds are chirping. I hope everybody is having an amazing day today. Just wanted to come and talk to you guys a quick tidbit and talk to you about something that I've been noticing that people struggle with a lot, something that I've struggled with a lot, and just kind of be open with you guys about, how I've handled some of these things throughout the years and hopefully give you something that you can use to help you through the situation as well. Um, Pretty much, I want to talk to you guys about that big elephant in the room that so many people have called anger. Mm, the big green rage monster, right? Incredible Hulk. Everybody has one inside of them. They want to rage out. They want to throw stuff. They want to punch people in the face. All right, I'm just being real. Okay, don't go do those things unless you come to my boxing class. All right, then that's what we do. All right. Um, and truth be told, that's where I see a lot of this stuff. It's expressed in a way where I have so many men that come through and they're dealing with this thing. They're dealing with this anger, this unresolved anger, and they're learning or they're trying to learn how to control it. And truth be told, a physical outlet is very, very helpful on learning how to control it. But it's only putting a band-aid on the situation. It's not fixing the actual issue or the actual problem, right? So of course, I got to give you guys a word. That's just how I roll. That's what I do. And where I want to take you to is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26. And it says, be angry, but do not sin. All right. And I'm just going to stop right there. There's so much more to the rest of that chapter. So if you get a chance, go back, go read it and just kind of meditate on it, pray on it. But there's so much meat to chew on there and just break down so many different things. And I'm actually going to go into three things that you can use to help you navigate and learn how to manage your anger. I think eventually what I am going to do is I'm probably going to do a podcast on this particular subject matter because it's something that so many people struggle with. It's something that I've struggled with. It's something that time and time again you still have to take. You still have to take some time and just kind of revisit it to make sure you're heading in the right directions on these things, right? So anger, what is anger? What is it? We all know what it is. That monster that's inside of us, that feeling of discomfort. Where does it come from? Where does it reside? How do you get there most of the time? You know, um, in some cases, people have outbursts. They throw things, they break things, they yell, they curse. They do all of these other things that are not helpful in the way that they should be when it comes to learning how to express this emotion. So the first thing I kind of want to hit on is what it says is it does say be angry, but do not sin. Meaning you have the right to be angry. Anger is a valid emotion. It is one that has been put inside of you for many, many different reasons. And the biggest reason you have anger is it is supposed to motivate you to create a change for the positive. That is what it's supposed to do. All right. Anger, righteous or justifiable anger, or when you do get angry, most of the time it comes from feeling some form of threat to your survival, right? You feel threatened. You feel like something that you want to express has not been taken the way that you want it to be taken. And you feel wrong to a certain extent, right? So let's say you're a boss and you're running a company and you have these expectations and standards and things like this for your employees. And you know why you have these standards. You know why you have these expectations because a certain standard and a certain expectation is going to help you guys achieve a certain type of goal. It's going to help you reach a certain type of client. What happens is sometimes either the expectations aren't spoken, they aren't met, whatever the reason is, somebody somewhere along the line fails, right? In that failure, you get angry, and rightfully so. Why? Because the standard was not met. The way you express that is going to determine the difference between how you keep employees, retain employees, how you train employees, how your employees grow, how your employees view you, and all of those different types of things, right? Now, let's take that over to um, a situation such as, spouse, husband and wife, right? Um, or relationship with kids. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, most people don't understand that their anger stems from other situations, right? Embarrassment, trust issues, regret, unforgiveness. And it all boils down to pretty much that person feeling safe, right? Your husband does something that, you're questioning his loyalty now. So the question is, well, do I feel safe, right? Is he going to do that again to make me upset? Or is he going to act this way again in the future that he did 10 years ago, right? Same thing with the guy. Guys' brains think different. So it's like, well, I did this, or is she going to act this way again based off of, something that I did? And, but it all comes back to safety, right? People feeling safe. So one of the things I do want to hit on is kind of want to give you guys about three little tidbits that'll kind of help with your anger and kind of help you move towards some better relationships in learning how to manage your anger and hopefully ultimately better relationship with yourself, better relationship with the people around you, right? And I don't know, this may actually be the podcast. I mean, this is just me running my mouth, so we'll see. But first thing is our rebellious nature. We all have a rebellious nature. Essentially, the way that is expressed is you can't tell me what to do. You're not my mom and daddy. I'm an adult. I'm a grown up. I can do those things, right? I can do what I want to do. We see that rebellious nature in our kids when we're raising them. We see it in little kids. Sorry about that. Bugs out here, spiders. We see it in so many different parts of life. We see it sometimes when we're on a job and we're talking to an employee and we're trying to get them to understand something, and the way that we express something to them, hey, I need you to do this, or you need to do this, or you got to do this. You can almost see them change up on you a little bit sometimes, like this cringiness of like, yo, who are you to tell me what to do? You can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown up. I'm grown. I do what I want, right? That rebellious nature there is meant to, it's there for a reason. It's meant to help us see that we all, no matter what position we're in, we all have to answer to somebody, whether it's a boss, whether it's a parent, whether it's, um, um, I don't know, somebody. You got to answer to somebody, and ultimately, with me and my relationship spiritually, ultimately I seek to answer to God. So in every aspect of your life, you have to answer to someone. You're being held accountable, right? So that rebellious nature is to help teach you that your accountability is for you to help build a relationship with somebody else in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? Because if everybody just did absolutely what they wanted to do, which it seems like that's the day and age we're living in now, there would be complete chaos. Look on the news, there is. All right, not even gonna get into that. Another thing is a big one that I struggled with for years: unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is probably one of the biggest things that keeps people from learning how to control and how to express their anger in a very healthy way. If you haven't forgiven others in their life for the things that they may have done to you, that they may have wronged you with, the truth be told, the only person that you're hurting is yourself. That is the truth of the matter. Learning how to let those things go, learning how to move forward, learning how to move past those things, those have been some of the hardest things that I've had to learn how to do in my life. On the flip side, the hardest thing I've had to learn how to do is forgive myself for the way that I've treated others in my past. And that's a hard one that so many people don't talk about. You done something, you hurt somebody's feelings, you said something to somebody, you you flat out did something that was just ill-informed to another human being, and you know it, right? And or you've been in a situation where somebody wronged you and you still have to learn how to forgive yourself for that. You know, a lot of people, unforgiveness is a very encompassing thing. It's one of those things where it's very difficult, such as peeling back the layers of that onion, in the fact that you have to learn how to forgive the other person for the situation. You have to learn how to forgive yourself for being or becoming who you became, and you have to learn how to forgive yourself because somewhere in your mind you feel that if I would have just known, if I would have just paid attention, if I would have just saw, if I would have just then I wouldn't have acted that way, right? You can't do that. That's pretty much called chasing a ghost, right? Um, the last thing I want to give you guys is selfishness, right? The reason that rebelliousness, unforgiveness, and all of those things set so well with us is because at the end of the day, whether you want to believe it or not, I'm talking to myself too, you're selfish. That's a hard one for anybody to hear. Talking to you. And I'm talking to that guy in the mirror, right? At the end of the day, we all want what we want, when we want it, how we want it. And when that does not happen, guess what? We get pissed off. We get angry. We get upset. And the way that we express that is oftentimes not the best way at all. Learning how to express your anger in a very healthy way is very, very important. So, those are three things I wanted to give you guys today. I want you guys to take some time, think on those things, meditate on them, marinate on them, pray on them, twist them around in your head, flip them back and forth. All right. But just really, really think about it. Your rebellious nature, unforgiveness that you may have for yourself, others, those different types of things in your life, and your selfishness, right? Are you really seeking to please yourself, or are you really seeking to help others grow, right? With that rebelliousness, the question is, are you submitting to the authority around you? Now I'm not saying that you go out and just submit to the authority around you, in a just willy-nilly fashion. If they're doing illegal things, if they're moving in just ways that are not pleasing, and you just know in your heart, your mind, and your spirit, not pleasing to God, I'm not saying that. Maybe you have to learn to look to separate yourself from those situations in some way, form, or fashion. But if it's a legitimate job, you're working, and there's things that you just don't like just because you don't like it, you might need to check yourself a little bit. All right. So take a good hard look in the mirror. I hope this helps you guys. For more tips, because I'm definitely going to be releasing you guys, talking to you guys about some more ways to just kind of help control anger, how to manage it, and how to move forward with you. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's something that's supposed to be used to help motivate you to make a difference, right? And a positive difference. It's about helping those around you grow. It's about helping those around you see your vision and the vision and the truth ultimately. All right. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and be blessed and be inspired. Peace.